Hello, everyone. How are ya?
Hello.
There. Oh, Kathy's on the move a bit. Justin,
There we go. Well, I'm sitting next to the window and it's kind of getting the glare, so I'm trying not to be so bright, but I don't know.
Oh, that's
You
fine.
just need to stick a halo behind your head. It'll be fine.
Oh, there you go. That's it.
Okay, there we go. That's a little
These are
better.
angelic help.
There you go.
That's right. Hey, Christine, you don't have your brick wall behind you today. You must have broken down your brick wall.
Oh my goodness, if only.
And we have Elf Danny Gutknecht back with us again today.
Hello.
Hi there, Danny. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
That's good. Back by popular demand. So, and in case, so we're very, very excited to have you back. And I'm going to quickly put a link in the for those who wanted to see the first appearance of Danny when he helped us out with the third day of Elfmas. He shared a number of links and did a great job. And so Eowyn has now made G2G posts for each of the days of Elfmas. So starting the first, the second, and the third one yesterday. So I'm going to give you the link to that third day of Elfmas. Don't go and watch it right now. Watch it afterwards. You can queue it up in your browser. But in the G2G post, you'll see some links that Danny shared with us yesterday about some of the German research he had done then. And Kathy's just jumped back in. There you go. She must have dropped her phone or something.
I was going to check the comments and I hit the leave button by accident. So.
Oh, yes. We've all done that. Oh, that's good. So welcome everyone who's here, who's watching us live, and those who are watching us after the fact. We're glad to have you here. We're on the fourth day of Elfmas. And if you're not sure what this is, as WikiTree, of course, it's a free website for genealogists where genealogists collaborate. And we have a 2-week challenge, a Secret Santa challenge, where elves who have signed up, WikiTree elves have signed up to help their fellow WikiTree elves solve different problems or fulfill wishes that they've had, many of them brick walls or other challenges. And so we're profiling a different wish each day. And today is the fourth day of Elfmas. And as always, we start with a little verse of the song. On the fourth day of Elfmas, ein gut elf gave to me, fourth great grandma's parents. At one point, I will sing all the verses. I actually
It will make sense in the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe starting tomorrow with the 5, the 5 golden rings. We will do all 5. We will keep on and do the whole song. But for today, it's just fourth great grandma's parents. And
just looking at the comments here, Greg.
Yes.
Stephen Tomasowicz was asking if there's a page showing all the requests. I don't know if we have a link to the to the elf page, but yes, there is an enormous list of over 350 wishes on the elf page.
Yes. And in fact, so here is the page that I was talking about. There's the post that Eowyn did. Thank you, Eowyn, for doing this for us. This is amazing.
What is it?
Doesn't that look nice? Well, except for that ugly face in the middle of it there. But but look how nicely it's structured. There's the wish. Link to Danny's page. Those are the resources he shared. And then you can go back and forth to that. And then there's, of course, the link to the YouTube. But don't click that link yet. Watch this video first and then go and watch the other one. But if you go to the G2G forum itself, there's the link to the wishes accepted. So if you clicked on that, Stephen, you could see all the wishes that people have made and so on. And if you're interested in, we're revealing 1 per day. And so you're going to have to wait until the last day, the 12th day of Elfmas, which is going to be Saturday, January the 6th. And on that day, we'll have the Grand Epiphany and reveal all the wishes that have been resolved at that point. So you can join us then and then find out all the good things. But going back to, let's focus on day 4. And Christine, would you like to read the wish, since the person who made the wish isn't able to be with us tonight? He's working a night shift, and so is not available.
So our wish came from Oliver Stegen, who is also a member of the German project. And he said, "Dear Santa, who are the parents of my 4th great-grandmother, Juditha Zugwurst? She was born in Schloss Wippach, and there are more people with the last name at birth of Zugwurst in other sources from that village, like on Gedbus. But at this stage, she is the only Zugwurst on WikiTree, and no ancestors or siblings have been identified. Thanks for any clues I may receive this Christmas."
And that was from Oliver.
From Oliver.
So good reading there, Christine. How'd she do, Danny? With
I didn't realize how many Zugwursts were in
It was very close. Yes.
I'm having flashbacks of getting told by Chris Ferriello on how to say that little place that he researches. I can't think of it right now.
San Pietro Almeida?
No, it's in the States.
Oh, Averstow or something.
Yes, Haverhill.
Haverhill.
It's not spelled Haverhill, but it's pronounced Haverhill.
Okay. So here is the profile of the 4th great-grandmother, and you can see those are the parents that have been added. So,
and siblings.
And siblings too. Yes. Were those new? Did you add those as well, Danny?
Yeah. They are all new.
Yeah. You know.
Oh yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah. Easy peasy, right? So look at this lovely profile that Danny has put together, the biography. And just like if you, when you watch yesterday's, or if you were here yesterday, he's got the facts, and of course, but a pure translation from the original documents. So it's so nicely done. And yesterday, Danny was able to take us through the whole process of getting to the baptismal record. And today, what are you going to show us today, Danny?
Yeah, let's start with finding where Schloss Wippach is.
Okay.
Because you need to know where to look for if you're looking for the records, of course. And Germany is a kind of mess of mixed in territories, as you can see.
Mm-hmm. Like, I first look at this and I think that's an abstract painting. Like, how can that be a map?
Yeah. Yeah. Luckily, the Vichy already knew where the mother came from.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know exactly where he knew it from.
Mm-hmm.
But at least he had a guess, and he looked obviously in other online pages to find this last name of hers, and seemed to have found the connection to Schloss Wippach.
Mm-hmm.
I actually checked it again, because you know you have always to be sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Actually, we can use one of the nice links from yesterday if you want.
Okay. Let me.
This name distribution map.
Okay, and that was the distribution map right here, right? Oh no,
Not the first one, yeah.
First one. There we go.
And if you try to find, you can actually click on the Kleimenhagen, then it goes away.
Oh, it goes away. Okay, there we go.
So that we don't have too much dots there.
Zugwurst, that's how you.
Yeah, that's right. So then you can see how many there are.
Are there any? Oh, is that those little green jets in Thuringia?
Yeah.
Oh my.
In the middle of Thuringia, we have 2 hits. And even if you click the 1996 button, which is a later version, then you see they have expanded a bit.
Ooh, so crazy.
100 years.
Wow.
but actually they kind of stayed in the same area.
Wow.
So you can be sure that if you find a Zucrost somewhere in the world, they are related to each other, most likely.
Wow.
So Schloss Wippach is a nice start to look. And the profile didn't have anything else, just a guest year of birth and the husband that she should have.
Right.
The husband was called Schatz or so, I think. Yeah,
Schatz. Okay, yeah.
So this is something you can work with, and then you have to find out where to look for, and then you need to have to go to the map of the area, of course, and this is where we start with the presentation.
Okay.
You can see
again. Danny has put together. Now he's actually put together a whole PDF here, which we're actually going to go through, and he's willing to share it with us. So I'll put the link to that in our comments here.
Yeah, for all that wants some nice modern art.
You want some modern art? There you go. You can hang that up and have it framed, put it in your wall. But especially later on, you get to see some of the. You might want to zoom in on your own device at some point later. But anyway,
but I think the map really illustrates what Danny was saying yesterday about how all of the territories were broken up, but they still belong to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, the everything that has the same page color here at this page belongs together. Actually, the purple thing is the Archbishopric of Mainz, and you can see.
So there's this one here. There's that one.
If you look for Schloss Wippach in the Wikipedia, and you should always go to the German Wikipedia.
Right.
Because it's more accurate and more detailed. Right. You can anyways translate it online.
Into English also. Down here too?
So all of those purple places, they belong
yes,
to the same place.
The left,
even though they're not touching.
If you if you look the leftmost purple things, it has the city of Mainz already.
There it is. Yeah, there's the city.
This is the main seat of the Archbishopric, and all these other territories or not only one, but during the history, he managed to claim or get on another way. I don't know.
Right.
And so he was also getting possession of the city of Erfurt,
which is over here.
Yeah, and then there was this Count of Wippach who sold his territory to the city of Erfurt in 3087, as you can see. And Erfurt belonged to the Bishopric of Mainz, and so it belongs. Also, Schloss Wippach belonged to the Archbishopric of Mainz. And then you see the list how it goes through the history. It became. In the Napoleonic Wars, it was conquered by the French, and Napoleon obviously claimed it for himself because Erfurt was a very rich city at that time.
Right.
And then after the war was over and Napoleon defeated, then it was just it was given to Prussia, I think, but they changed it with. The Grand Duchy of Saxe-Weimar-Eisenach to get some other territories that were closer to their territory.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it goes through the North German Confederation, and then it became part of the German Empire till the end of the Second World War, and then it became part of the eastern part of Germany, the German Democratic Republic. And since 1998, it belongs to Thuringia. So Thuringia is not that old, as you can see.
Is that the pink here? Is that part of?
That's the pink here. Yeah. At this time, it also was called Thuringia, but it was only a landgraviate, and it was occupied by Saxony shortly after this map is from. Anyways, as you can see, we have to look in the vicinity of Erfurt, and if you are doing your research in Germany, you might already know that it is in the archives of Saxony or Thuringia as it is now.
Mm-hmm.
And also on Archeon you can find it if you know where to look for.
Mm-hmm.
So this I was looking for, and then if you can go back to the profile, and then you can see that I found also the marriage record. So this proves that this is the right person, and then you can look for the birth record and so on. And then you can go back in time, and if you're lucky, they are there forever, like. Like the distribution map suggested that they are not traveled much around and stayed in this nice little area.
And so look how far back. So you got not only her parents, which was the wish, but you went back 4 generations.
Yeah, actually, I did this mostly because for today we wanted to show some examples for the handwriting that I have to deal with. It's one thing to find the records, and it's a total another level to read them then, as we will see shortly. And so I went through the books as far back as I could find them.
Are the maternal lines more difficult, Danny?
What was the question?
Are the mother's lines, are they more difficult to do?
No, actually not. No, I just wanted to stay with this one name for now. Actually, as you can see, maybe it's a little bit difficult. The mother of the Vichy's at the starting point, she is also from Schloss Wirbach, so it should be easy to go in the same book and then get on her line back as far as the other. But the grandmother, this Dorothea Wirth, you can see she comes from another town. It's the same territory, but it's another town. So you have to look, and I did not do this yet, what books are there and how far they go back. If you are lucky, you will find them. Also, the grandmother, you see, is from another. So the next generation, one up.
Oh, right. The other grandmother.
Also from another village. It's from Frauendorf.
But
it's
it looks
another
like
book.
The fathers stayed. The Zugfirst line itself is consistent. Yeah.
And actually, all the wives are also from the same territory, so it's not far away. But it's another parish, and so you will have to find another book. And the Schloss Wirbach books, they are kind of sorted together, so it's easy to go back. If you have one book, then you have also the others. In Archeon, it's quite good sorted.
Nice.
So then I would say let's start with some theory of German handwriting.
Okay, so we found the records. Can we read them?
Can you read them?
Oh,
you can see that the German handwriting is not the same as the Latin. It's close, and some letters actually are the same.
Well, so
very close, and there are some letters that are completely different, like the little E. You see, it looks more like an N.
Well, what's the difference between the E, the little E, and the little N? I can't see the difference.
It's not so tight together. You see, it's more stretched. The little N is more stretched.
That's the only difference. Is it stretched a little bit?
That's the only.
Oh my goodness!
Different. And actually, the little U looks the same as the little N, except this
there's
strike over it. So this is why these strikes are always important in the handwriting.
Oh my goodness!
And then German language also has this other little letters that not all languages have, the so-called umlauts.
With the umlauts, yeah.
And then this nice combinations that makes the sh loud in the end. For instance, this is the first one. It's actually a C and an H.
Okay, I was going to guess that was CH. So is this one CL?
No, this is CK.
CK. Oh, the K.
The K, you see? Yeah.
Now I do. Okay. This one I guessed was TH.
This is a TH, yes. And then comes C, SCH.
SCH. Oh yeah, there's the
and
S.
then comes this that you might know actually. This is this double S. This double S sound.
Oh, double
it's
S.
It's like a double S sound. We have an extra.
Oh.
In modern language, we try to avoid it and use the double S actually. But for some words, because they would change the meaning if you do that, we still have to keep it.
Oh, okay. Is that the one that looks sort of like a beta symbol?
It looks like a B.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So
exactly.
And are they both?
I
double
did
S?
not know that. That is so cool.
Yeah. And the last one is an ST. ST.
Oh, so the double S has a bit of a loop there at the end.
Yes.
And this one has a harpoon at the end.
This stitch on the side. Yeah. So you see, it can be very difficult. And if you are lucky, then you find something like I put there in the right. This is a letter actually.
Yes.
And this is a nice written letter. So
okay,
if you have this list, you can just you can just compare it, and then you might be able to decipher it. Wow. And then, of course, you have to know the German language, because reading is one thing and understand is the another.
Yes.
So, but this would be really nice if everyone would have written this way. But every writer has his own handwriting, and some are more careful, and some are just in a hurry, let's say. And then it looks much worse. I actually have, I think if you go to the next slide, we can see an example already.
Sure. Okay. There we go. Oh my.
Where it shows, I think.
This is the Tofa der Johanna. So is this her baptism? Do you see it? Can you see it, Danny? I'm on this 1802.
It's the parish register.
Parish register, yeah.
And this is what Danny was talking about yesterday, although the record that we were looking at yesterday was in the columns. But how they go into such a description about the child who was born, and then where in the hierarchy of children they fall.
Yeah.
The first child and little daughter of the master bricklayer.
Wow.
Johann Georg.
Yeah, so there's Hannah, H-A, I'm right at this, where the 1219 is. That's where the beginning of the entry is.
Okay, yeah. Exactly, this is the beginning.
Yeah. Okay.
So she was born on the 19th.
Right.
So is the 12 just like the record in order?
Oh yeah. You have to look up on the top of the page. Yes. Then you will have some hints for.
So that would be like the 12.
Actually, they counted. They counted the boys in the first column. Then they counted the girls in the second, and the total number is in the third. So actually, in this year, it's the 19th child that's baptized, and it's the 12th girl.
She was the 12th baby girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was
baptized. Of course, you only see this if you have the total page.
Yes.
Okay.
But you can see it's hard, actually. This is one of the better ones. And then you also have the problem that in the old papers, sometimes the ink from the reverse page comes through, and then you have even more trouble.
You can see that, but it's not strong enough that it just looks like a shaded background in this case.
Yeah. There are worse cases.
There are worse cases.
There's also sometimes they use very bad ink that eats through the paper with time, so you have holes in it instead of a script.
Wow.
Yeah, this is luckily one of the better books that I found.
Wow.
Yeah, and then you go just back, and if you have the baptism record, then you can think that the parents must have married before some years, or
Yes.
and then you go just back in time and look for you have the parents' names here in this. Then you look in for the marriage of this these guys.
Oh my! Look at
and
this.
then I found them in 1794. And then you see it changes. If the writer changes, then also the script changes, and the style he writes, and the things that he writes down.
That one was
And
left-handed.
the more you go back in time.
You think this guy's left-handed?
I think that one was left-handed. I recognize that.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and then he also the people. The more you go back in time, then the people will have used still more Latin words in it.
Okay.
Like the ones I put there.
Oh yeah.
You have to know the abbreviations of this. So
Juvenus.
Right.
And here it starts also that they still use the old church calendar.
Right.
Right.
If you find in the text some dom, you can always be sure that he uses the old, because the old church calendar works not like we do it now with dates and months, or days and months. It works. They just counted the Sundays throughout the year and gave them special names. And then they would just say it was on the Wednesday after the 6th Sunday after Trinity, for instance.
Right.
Or it was on Friday after the 3rd Sunday after Easter, or things like that.
Because everyone would go to church on Sunday, and that would be your keystone.
Fixed point.
Fixed point in time, and then you just had to count up to 7 days afterwards to keep track of where you were. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to keep.
It makes you think about
well.
When did we start printing calendars? When did we start? That's really cool.
That is neat. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have the marriage, and then you can calculate back. Let's say they would have been like 20 years or maybe 30, but not much younger and not much older. And then you can look for the, for instance, you also have then here hints for the parents, and then you can just go back. You will find another writer with another handwriting, so you will have to adapt your your skills again.
I like this guy better than the last one.
I was looking at this earlier with all of the symbols.
The symbols for the days of the week. That's neat.
You might find strange signs in it sometimes. You see in the 4th line of the transcript, you have this sign that looks like a 2 and a 4 combined.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. There's Jupiter.
This is not a 24 or something. No. I saw some people use this as a number, and then of course you will get the wrong date.
Without context, you don't know.
You have to know that they also had signs for the different days of the week. It's given here in German. Sorry, but you will get the point. I think it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on.
Yeah.
And everyone every day has his own sign, and they just use it. So this 4 is just Thursday in this case.
Thursday, yeah. Thursday.
You might find the others also sometimes. Yeah, and then you can transcribe, and then of course you have to translate it. And then you can just calculate. If you have the baptism, now the parents would have got married also. You have the parents' names here, and then you go back and just find them. Of course, you will have to go through the book. There's no index, so you will have actually to read the whole of the book. If you are lucky, they are underlined, the family names, so that you can concentrate only on the family names. And this is why I just concentrated on the Zugwurst part now, because if you have it in your mind, then you will find it faster.
So there's that little swoop above the U.
So this is indicating that this is an U exactly.
Yeah.
Not an N.
Yeah.
And then you will find some of the abbreviations that we already had, but you have also some new ones here. We have this while. And now we come to a part that not even Germans will be able to read it, because the language changed. This is all German now, and we don't use these words anymore. No one is saying Mailand anymore. So there are much words that you don't find nowadays. So you also have to look in the dictionary, or an old dictionary, actually.
Wow. So it's like they almost make a judgment call of the people, like a former well-respected citizen here.
Yeah, you will often find such things, and also the more interesting things are actually the ones that are not so holy persons. Let's say, if they got pregnant before marriage, for instance, then the priest tends to write a lot of things in the entry. So for them it might be not have been so good, but for us it's of course more interesting if there's if we find more details. It's like a nice gossip that we hear nowadays.
That's right. Wow. And then we go back another generation to his baptism.
Find also the baptism. Then you have here the case that there is kind of water damage on the book, because books are very old now. We are back.
It's fading there on that side.
300 years. A lot of things happened to the books since then. And then, of course, you would have to fill in the blanks, or you just guess.
Right.
This is one of the better examples, because luckily you have the words split in part here, and you have the first half on the right side still, and then you can guess what is coming. You also see here that it's more common to use the old church calendar again, and he used also the Latin numbers for the month here. So this is in Roman 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
After the 20, so it's December.
Right here.
There, yeah.
Yeah. 20.
So you cannot see it very well. It could well be also a 15, but it would not make sense. But since he used both conventions, he started with the day and the month, even if he used the Roman form. But then he repeats it again by saying it was Wednesday post the third Sunday.
Sunday after of Advent.
Yeah.
And this would be a nice point. I have another nice page for you.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if I can. I will put it in the chat, I think, then everyone can see it. This is this page. It's in German, but you will probably.
Okay. Let me just transfer that over. Whoopsie. I don't know if why does it say opens in a news tab? Here, I'll get rid. Try to do this again. My copy and paste copy a little too much. How's that? Does that work for people?
Yeah.
Okay, and so let me open it up here. Kirklander. It opens a new tab. Yeah.
So this is a calculator for the old calendar.
Oh,
you
nice.
would just
you would
put in the year in question, and let's just take this example and use
The year was, what was the year?
1719. 1719.
Yeah. Okay.
And then it gives you a list of all the Sundays in this year, and on the right side it has the common date.
Right.
And then you can scroll down and look what the third Sunday in Advent was. It would be the 17th December, and then you have to count forward till you come to Wednesday.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So 17, 18, 19, 20th then, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and then you would have the 20th of December.
Which, look at that.
So he's right.
20 of the 12th month. Woohoo!
So even if you are not able to read this in the text, because it's just doubled down,
yeah,
you can look if you were correct. But the further you go back, then you will not have this second or the common date with the day and the month.
Right.
You only have this Wednesday after Sunday,
so
and then you are very reliable on this calendar here. And this is also important to know that the Holy Roman Empire didn't change the calendar from Julian calendar system to Gregorian until 1700.
Okay.
So if you before 1700, you will also have to deal with the Julian calendar system.
The shift, yeah.
You just have to keep that in mind.
Right.
It's for the territory that it's now Germany. So, and then I think we have only one or two examples left.
Oh, yes.
Let's see if we can find something.
Okay.
You see here also you have the day, so the common calendar, and then you have also this Sunday after the 24th post-Trinity.
So 24th Sunday of Ordinary Time. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
So you don't have to be confused if you find this Roman numbers and this Dom
and what's this? Is that a day of the week there? The little
pitchfork?
No, this is actually because it says if you look in the translation below, it says that there was a wedding ceremony held. Oh, I forgot it. I see. I didn't put it in the translation. But it actually says where the text for the wedding ceremony came from. So it's a Bible citation, and this is the Greek Psi letter. And I think it's meant to mean that it's from the Psalter. So it's Psalm 51 that they used for this ceremony.
51.
Kind of.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, you also will find such
on the last
unexpected
one here,
signs sometimes.
What's this symbol here? To me, it looks like a fermata, like a pause in music with a 44 underneath it. Or is that?
I think that's just record 44.
Is
it record 44?
This is just the next record.
Yeah.
It's record 44, yeah.
Oh, there's
and
the 43
you see the
there.
one that there's the 43, yeah. He makes just this stroke about it, above it, so that he can...
That separates.
This is a personal style, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Neat.
So then you have here the marriage, and then if you are lucky, you can go back, have the baptism.
Yes.
And you see it becomes shorter and shorter. This is another priest now writing, and he was a little bit lazy. Or sometimes you don't have much. Yeah, he don't have much. Actually, he also doesn't mention the. Was it here?
He doesn't. Does he mention the order?
Yeah.
He doesn't mention the order.
No.
He doesn't mention. No, he doesn't mention the mother. He'll just have the father by name.
Right. Little son of.
So if you want to know the mother, you have to find the wedding But you have another Zuckwurst here, because the brother of the father obviously stood as godparent here.
Right.
And then this is the last one.
And then if you go back again, then you will find the marriage finally, because now they
there's the mother.
Now they even didn't underline it, so it's hard to see.
There's the Zug first there, I think.
Yeah, that's the Zuckwurst. But at least it mentions the full name of the mother, which is also not. Sometimes it says it just like Michael Zuckwurst got married, and then you were left alone with this.
But to who?
Yeah.
Now, Danny, I noticed that in that one record, his last name Zugwurst was written with an EN on the end of it.
Oh, this is another good question that I have to.
That one.
Yeah, look at that.
And this is something you have always to keep in mind if you translate or transcribe German church book entries, because German has the German language has grammatical cases, and the cases are expressed in endings.
Yes.
So this is actually the genitive ending. So this the text goes about the son that belongs to the father, and so you would have the genitive form of the father's name, and then you have to add this en. And this is not part of the name, so it's still Zuckwurst. It's just because it's put in another grammatical case, it has this ending, but it's not part of the name.
Greg, also, if you go forward one slide again.
Yeah.
And then in this one, Agnes, her last name.
You have this en ending. This is also something that does actually not belong to the name. It's just used for the female version of the name.
Right.
Oh.
It's you can have both genders in the name, and in German it is like if you want to express that something has the female gender, you have to put the in. We do this also with occupations, for instance.
Right, like doctor and doctorin, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not part of the name. I see this very often, that becomes part of the name, and then if you search for it, you will not find the right name. And in this case, it's even worse because of this ending. Sometimes the stem of the word shifts in pronunciation, and this results in the umlaut to come into play.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I noticed there's an umlaut there.
So this is also not part of the actual name. It's just a grammar thing, and the actual name would be just Landgraf, as I translated it below.
Right.
So this is her actual name. Also, the double F is a doubling that is due to, it was kind of a thing at this time. It happened very often that they doubled the consonants at the end. And it happened especially if you put an ending in it. So you have to know all this, otherwise you will produce a new name.
Right.
And then, of course, you have no chance. If you look for this name as it is written in, you will just not. You can try it on this nice name distribution, but it will. I think it will pop up empty.
So if we did Landgrafen, now does it matter whether I put an accent there or not?
No, I think it doesn't matter. This is worse enough. Actually, you have some. No, you just have to delete the other ones.
Oh, I have to get rid of the other ones, right?
Yeah. So you have no blue dots, as you can see.
No red dots there.
And if you leave out
if I go back to 1890. Nope. But if I do Landgraf,
it's the double F thing. Now the problem is the double F, because it's also just a grammar.
Oh, there we go.
Wow.
There we go. Bingo.
And there you have it. So this is actually a nice tool to check the spelling also, if you do the names correct.
Right. So in WikiTree, this is what we'd have to put in for the last name of birth, the Landgraf.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can have it in the transcription because it's part of the language, and
Right.
it's written like this in German. But
Mhm.
if you translate it, you have to recreate the real name actually.
Yeah, that's right. That's great.
Otherwise, you can see you will turn out empty with every search you do.
Yeah.
Just by putting in this female en ending, it will ruin your search experience.
Right. Wow. Well, this is a wonderful document you shared with us with all these examples and the translations and whatnot. Now, Ole, where'd it go? Has a question. How do you save the documents in WikiTree? So let's see. If we go back to the, let's hide that. So you have under sources, you've added the link to the
Actually, this is the link to Archeon,
to
because the
Archeon.
books mostly are only on Archeon. We have this this for many years we had a problem with the evangelical church here in Germany because they didn't want to put them or digitize them at all, and least of it put them online to be available for everyone. So it was a long discussion, and finally they created this Archeon page and saved it there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a pay site, unfortunately.
Yes.
This was the compromise we had to take. Either this or nothing. So it's not easy for someone you don't who doesn't have a subscription to get to these documents, and this is why I actually transcribe it or translate it for an English descendant, so that you have it there and don't need to go there. But if you want to check it, then it's also the link is also there.
Mm-hmm. And you'll see the way he's formatted the source links there. He gives you the entire, all the things you need to know to which book to look in, which years, which image number. So that's very helpful. Yeah. But I love that you've translated it here and included it as part of the BIOS, so that all the details that were on that are on the record, you can sort of verify that they're there.
Yeah, sometimes it's helpful. For instance, if you have the godparents, because if you don't find the marriage record, and then the wedding took place most likely in the place where the bride came from. And if you don't know that because it's not written in the entry or so, then you will not be able to find anything of her line.
Right.
But if they stayed after the marriage in the place where the husband came from, and they got their children there and they got baptized there, then you have, for all the children you will find the baptism record, and for all the children you will also find the godparents there. And since they usually were picked from close relatives, let's say the brothers and sisters of the parents, then you can just see if there is some brother or sister from the mother, and if they are there in the entry, then there's most likely is also mentioned where they came from, and then you have a clue where to look for the place where the mother came from. So this is the important thing, that you already have to know everything what's in the entry, and not just the date and the name.
Yeah. Well, that's great. You've done a wonderful job, Danny, and
that was amazing.
Just fantastic. So Oliver sent a message because he knew he couldn't be here, but he wanted to say, well, thank you for the invite. He said, I'd love to join on the air, but he had to work. Give my heartfelt greetings to Elf Danny and all the other subordinate clauses. Again, he's a linguist by trade, so that's his terminology for Santa's helper. Santa Claus and all the subordinate clauses. Yes. Best and genealogical wishes from Germany, Oliver. So,
Nice.
Thank you. Yeah, very nice. That was wonderful. Wow, what a nice mini lesson. Well, who was thanking us for the mini lesson? Well, I think it's more than just a mini lesson. This is a great 2-day tour we've had of German records, something that I had not delved into. So I'm not quite sure I'm ready to yet, but at least
history, geography, and language all in one lesson.
Oh, I know. We've got a whole school.
This is what I needed in high school.
And we start with music class. Every class starts with a music.
Right?
Oh, anyways. Well, thank you everyone who stuck with us all this time. Actually, we've gained people. We haven't lost people. We've actually gained people on the stream. That's amazing. Tomorrow, we will have the 5th day of Elfmas, and the LiveCast for that, the ElfCast for that, will be at 12 noon tomorrow. At 10 a.m. Eastern Time will be the regular Saturday roundup, and you'll get to see me and Mags and Betsy and all our regular shenanigans. But then at 12 noon Eastern Time, or 5 p.m. UTC time, or various other time zones in between that, we will have our 5th day of Elfmas, and that'll be a lot of fun too. So we're looking forward to that. So again, Danny, I'd like to thank you for all your hard work and you solving these 2 wishes that we've profiled, but you've been doing lots of work with other people's wishes as well. And all of our elves have been doing a great job. So thank you all, and we will see you. We'll see you tomorrow.